Over the past month, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has found himself embroiled in a controversy after his wife's name figured in the much-discussed Muda scam. The opposition's 10-day Padayatra against the scams of the Congress government and the governor's show cause notice to the Chief Minister has only mounted the pressure. What is the Muda scam? What are the irregularities that are at the root of this imbroglio? How are the Chief Minister and his wife involved in all of this? Namaskara, I'm Nalmen Nachiyar. Welcome to Decode Karnataka, a show where we give you the most incisive analysis on everything you need to know about the state. The Mysuru Urban Development Authority, or the MUDA, is among Karnataka's first urban planning and development bodies. But over the past few weeks, it has been under intense public scrutiny over allegations of irregularities in the compensatory allotment of residential sites to land losers. The uproar gained political steam when it came to light that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's wife Parvati was allotted 14 sites in an affluent residential layout in lieu of her land that was acquired by MUDA. Siddaramaiah and Congress leaders claim that the site allotment to Ms. Parvati was legal. They also say that it is within the framework of the 50-50 ratio scheme that was introduced during the erstwhile BJP government's rule. Moreover, they have also released a list of beneficiaries that name several BJP leaders, including Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy. Despite this, a virulent, no-holds-barred attack by NDA allies BJP and JDS has taken the form of protests, night-long dharnas, and currently a 10-day-long Padayatra from Bengaluru to Mysuru.
Chief Minister is also aware that he is also part of this scam.
As things stand, the state government has set up a one-man judicial commission to look into the scam. Amidst all these developments, a show cause notice issued by Governor Thawarchand Gehlot also hangs over the CM's head. Yes, there has been an alleged scam within the MUDA. Yes, CM Siddaramaiah and his wife's name have surfaced in connection with it. But this case is only a part of the larger alleged rot within the authority. So what is the MUDA scam? For answers, let's turn to Layak Khan, city editor in the Mysuru Bureau.
So, we're talking about the MUDA scam, and in Karnataka, this made news, but it hit headlines after CM Siddaramaiah and his wife's name figured in it. But there have been allegations against MUDA of alleged irregularities from much before. So, let's start by making that distinction. What are the irregularities the MUDA has been accused of, and when did this first come to light? What is at the root of this scam? Can you explain that to us, please?
Yes, hi. Now, see, if MUDA's irregularities were being, discussed in the newspapers, the discussion started, say, about 2-3 months ago, when, media reports said that a lot of irregularities are being committed in the allotment of sites as compensation to land losers. So, basically, the compensation, the need for MUDA to give compensatory sites to land losers arose because over the last couple of decades, MUDA had been developing residential layouts without completing the land acquisition formalities. And there were several instances in which, the land losers had not received compensation. And So MUDA had to compensate them because many of them had gone to courts also.
Okay.
Courts had, in one case, they had even ordered the return of the land which had already been developed by MUDA without completing the acquisition formalities. So, because of, this reason, MUDA had to come up with some kind of a scheme for compensating land losers. So they came up with one scheme of 50-50, that is, giving 50% of developed land in return for the land which they have acquired. 50% of developed land means, when they acquire a plot of land, say 1 acre, only 50% of that land is used for development purposes. That is for road, that is for sites. The remaining goes for sites, parks, civic community sites, and other issues. And when they had to give compensation, so there, allegations were made that the allotment of sites, a lot of corruption is happening in the allotment of compensatory sites. So these irregularities are still in the realm of allegations. It is
Okay.
yet to be brought to light. Now, the nature of irregularities could range from, say, submitting bogus documents to acquiring land far away from Mysore and giving them compensatory sites within the city where the land value is high.
Okay.
So these way, I mean, apart from this, there was one more aspect of irregularities. Muda has been also giving, apart from this 50-50 scheme, Muda has also been giving incentive sites for land losers.
Okay.
That is, in case a person surrenders the land to Muda and takes compensation. In addition to the compensation, he will be given one site for, say, for
When you
1
say
acre.
compensation, you mean money, financial compensation.
Award, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Apart from that, a land.
Apart from that, they will be given one site. Say, for instance, 1 acre of land if they surrender and accept the award. As an incentive, the government would give about a 30-40 site. Or if the land acquired is larger than 1 acre, 2 acres, then probably one 40-60 site. Or if it is still bigger, the incentive site would be a bigger site in proportion to the land acquired. So the allegations were that a lot of middlemen had come into the picture and they had colluded with Muda officials who commit these kind of irregularities in the allotment of these kind of compensatory and incentive sites. So that was when the government took note of it, and the Urban Development Minister came to Mysore and first announced an inquiry by a 4-member committee.
This was around when?
This was, I think, on July 1st was the announcement of this 4-member inquiry committee headed by IAS officer Venkata Chadapati.
But if I'm not wrong, back in 2023, late 2023, Muda was also asked to stop, implementing this 50-50 scheme because these irregularities had been noticed, and yet they persisted with that. Isn't that also part of some of the allegations against them?
Yes, that is also one of the major allegations. The Urban Development Minister Bhairathi Suresh, who was here in Mysore on July 1st, he actually, he's believed to have flown into Mysore because of the urgency of the issue.
Okay.
So during that occasion, he had mentioned that he had issued government had issued 2 orders.
Okay.
One in 2023, that is once probably in October and probably in December, to stop issuing sites under this 50-50 scheme.
Okay.
And despite that, the allotment of sites under the 50-50 scheme continued.
Okay. Now let's come to the issue that has actually blown up, courtesy the opposition's protests in the assembly in the just concluded session, and the Padayatra that they have taken out, which is in protest against the CM Siddaramaya's name cropping up in the Muda scam. So how did CM Siddaramaya's wife's name figure in this scam, and what is that case?
See, we are given to understand that at least 1,300 sites have been given to land losers under the 50-50 scheme.
Okay.
And Siddaramaya's wife is one of the beneficiaries. The land in question, the land which Siddaramaya's wife Parvati owned, had been, gifted to her by her brother Mallikarjun Swamy, who had bought it sometime in 2004. The original owner of that land was a Dalit who had, secured it through an auction in 1935.
Okay.
Then later in 1992, the government issued preliminary notification for acquisition of this, 3 acres and 16 guntas of land,
Okay.
which was bought by this Ninga, who was the original owner. After, when it was denotified in 1998, whereas Siddaramaya's brother-in-law Mallikarjun Swamy purchased it in 2004 and gifted it to his sister,
Okay.
that is his wife, in 2010. So, and in 2014, she made a formal application for compensation for the sites. In 2021, Muda decided to give compensatory sites to Siddaramaya's wife under the 50-50 scheme. The difference, the opposition's charges are that, one is that, they have questioned the manner in which it was denotified. Incidentally, Siddaramaya was the deputy chief minister in 1998 when it was denotified.
Okay.
But it was not in his brother-in-law's name when it was denotified. His brother-in-law purchased it only in 2004.
The recent development that happened, the last week is that the governor gave a show cause notice, issued a show cause notice to the CM, and this is currently hanging over his head. Despite the Council of Ministers advising the governor to withdraw it, there has been no movement on that. So in case, the governor does not withdraw it and proceeds to go ahead, what can we expect? What are the possibilities that we are looking at?
Right now, I think, it's they are playing it out in the streets. One is they have taken BJP and JDS combined have taken out a Padayatra from Bangalore to Mysore. Congress is also trying to counter it by holding, these Janandolana rallies along the same route. The Council of Ministers has formally asked the governor to withdraw the show cause notice. And as per the constitution, they say that, the governor is expected to act only as per the advice of the Council of Ministers. And Chief Minister has questioned the governor's move of issuing a show cause notice without, getting any such advice from the Council of Ministers. But that is up to the governor to, decide. Now, the governor has issued a show cause notice, whereas the government has asked the governor to withdraw the show cause notice.
Yeah.
We will have to see whether the governor withdraws the show cause notice or, goes ahead and issues the sanction for prosecution. If just like, former governor Bharadwaj had given a sanction in the case of former Chief Minister Yediyurappa. If that happens, then again, they will have to go as per law. FIR has to be lodged, and even if when an FIR FIR is lodged, I'm sure the Congress will counter it legally to question the legality of the FIR by putting forward their claims, their contentions that the allotment of sites to Siddaramaya's wife has been within the framework of law. Okay.
But we are not looking at the CM resigning. I mean, he will not have to step down. Is that, if an FIR is filed, is that a possibility?
No, I mean, I don't think the CM is bound to resign if an FIR is filed. There have been several instances of FIRs being filed against ministers.
While the governor's next move on the show cause notice is awaited, CM Siddaramaya has declared that the state government is going to fight the case both legally and politically. What is more important is that the Judicial Commission get to the bottom of the alleged corruption within the Muda and eliminate it. We will continue to bring you more updates on this issue. I'll see you in the next episode of Decode Karnataka. Until then, follow The Hindu for more such stories and videos.